Welcome to the Healthy Habit Hotseat, where we chat to extraordinary humans and world-leading health experts to dive deep into the intricacies of the daily habits that have shaped their success. Remember, success leaves clues, right? I'm your host and resident healthy habit coach, Loz Antonenko, and I cannot wait to help you re-energize your life so you too can create opportunity, vitality, and abundance to become the master of your own incredible healthy destiny. Now, let's get into today's conversation. So welcome back, Pete and Amy Fitschen, to the Healthy Habit Hotseat. So good to chat with you guys again. Super excited to learn a little bit more about the intricacies of your daily habits that shape your success and your fulfillment in everyday life.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Oh, absolute pleasure, guys. Now, you both fully support natural bodybuilding, and I am 110% certain that you have eaten some pretty diverse food in your travels. If you knew you only had 24 hours left to live, okay, whether you are in a comp prep mode or not, what would your day's menu look like?
I don't know. I mean, I probably would have steak and ice cream on there.
I would have a flight of beers and probably some pancakes. Yeah, pancakes and beer.
All day.
All day. Yes.
That's like the gift that keeps on giving. Love it, guys. So from here on in, we're going to get into some of the nitty-gritty details of your daily habits. And to start, what would you consider your healthiest habit and why?
For me, I would say I get a lot of steps in a day. We live close enough to the hospital I work at that I walk to and from work every day. We walk the dog twice a day. And then I'm walking while I'm at work all day long. So I would say it's definitely my activity level throughout the day.
Yeah, I was just going to say that too. I mean, I sit at home in a home office all day working, but I get out and walk the dog a couple times a day so that even on my off day, I mean, I go to the gym, but on my off days from the gym, I'm still not just sitting here all day. I get out and move.
And that's such an important part of a daily routine as well. And a lot of people have the excuse, I don't know if you come into contact with this sort of excuse, but, I work in an office all day, I don't have time to exercise. There's always time to get off your derriere and, move, even if it's just going for a walk and enjoying the sunshine and the elements.
Yeah, there's definitely like a stress reduction benefit to that too, to just getting outside and being outdoors and away from your desk, even if it's just for a few minutes. That definitely can be helpful.
It does so much for the soul, doesn't it? Now, I'm sure our audience would love to know, do you guys have any unhealthy habits?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's necessarily an unhealthy habit, but we both follow macro counting or calorie count. We tend to not always eat quote unquote healthy food. I am sure that Pete could count on one hand how many times since we've been done dieting that he hasn't had ice cream. So, we like to indulge in, treats once in a while. But again, if you call that healthy or unhealthy, I think that's a good thing to have the varied.
I was going to say
diet.
Some balance is probably a good thing.
Well, it's sanity, isn't it?
I like to drink. Again, I don't know if that's healthy or unhealthy.
And this is it. It's about, what's the goal? And I think a lot of people really get caught up, and especially in the competitive space of bodybuilding or powerlifting. And I personally have been guilty of this. I did 13 shows in 14 months, which is nuts.
Oh.
Yeah. Metabolically, it was very, very screwed. And I basically developed an eating disorder because I was so fixated on macros and calories and, the stress that's involved in following a regime like that. Sometimes it's better off for you to actually indulge in something like an ice cream or a beer, because the level of relaxation you're going to experience in the anchor of that food is better than the stress that you're going to accumulate by following a really strict diet.
Yeah. And one thing I oftentimes will tell clients too is by having an off season and having some of that leeway in the off season, you're going to be able, like when it comes time to diet for a show and you have to be restrictive and you don't have that leeway, you're going to be better able to go where you need to go, because going into that prep, like that restriction's a finite amount of time. That's not always.
100%. What's one habit you'd like to change?
What I'd like to change.
I love how you both just look at each other there.
Yeah, I don't.
Nice and casually.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I would like to be less nippy at him when I'm in a bad mood. But that's not a health habit.
Yeah.
How about you, Pete?
Yeah, I mean, I would say probably just continuing to work on stress management. I've gotten better at it over the years. I'm not nearly as bad off as I was like in grad school and stuff, probably because part of it's I enjoy what I'm doing a lot more than what I was doing in grad school. And I mean, there's pressure to running your own business, but like, I don't know, I enjoy that. Whereas like, during grad school, I quit pretty much every day after about the second year or so. So, I mean, yeah, I would say continuing to work on stress management, that would be a good one.
Love your honesty, guys. Honesty is important. And that's a great tip for our audience to hear, because drive. You've got to have the balance. Do you guys have some sort of morning routine, either individually or collectively?
I would say yes.
You have more of one.
When we get up in the morning, every morning, I put the dog out, I feed her, I make my coffee, and then for a walk. And then I have to get ready and go to work. So I'm pretty solid on that. And then, I mean, even most days I get home and we walk the dog, and then I go to the gym. So I'm pretty regimented in my day-to-day, but I have that a regular job makes it a little harder to have the flexibility like Pete has. So
yeah, I mean, I still have somewhat of a schedule though. I mean, I get up when she gets up. So I usually sit down on my computer about 5 a.m. and I work till, noon so, and most days. And then I go to the gym early afternoon, and then I kind of come home, finish up what I need to do, or when we'll take the dog out. And if I have some calls at night or whatever, but that's a typical day for me.
And how many hours sleep per night are you guys getting?
I've always required a lot of sleep. No, I probably get like 8-9 hours a night. And if I had my choice, I'd probably do like 9-10. I mean, that's what my body likes. It's always been that way. Even when I was in like high school, I needed a lot of sleep.
Wow.
I don't as much, usually 7 to 8 hours is what I get, but.
That's solid though, guys. At least it's consistent.
Yeah, I'm terrible on low sleep. I'm terrible on low sleep. Like all the years of college, I never did an all-nighter. Like I'm so useless on low sleep that I just didn't.
Yeah, wow. Do you guys have a bedtime ritual or anything like that?
I usually read when I get into bed. I'll read for a half hour to an hour, depending, and
yeah.
He snores next to me.
I just take a warm shower and then hop in to relax, and then I hop into bed.
Do you fall asleep really easily, Pete?
And yeah, I sleep while she reads.
You fall asleep really easily.
Yeah. Always have.
I'm totally jealous. How did you guys align your purpose with your values?
I don't know. I think that for me, I like to be around people and I like to help people. And so I do that in my work every day, but then doing it in my personal life with the different activities that I do and enjoy. And then, like I said earlier, the clients we have, we consider them family. Anytime I post anything in our group, I call them our fit family. We put them on our Christmas card.
We
don't have children of our own, so they're kind of like our family and our kids. So
that's awesome. And what about you, Peter?
Did you have anything?
I don't know if I have much to add. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have much to add to that. Yeah, I think it's, like Amy said, it's helping people, and I'm not as much of a people person as she is, but I've kind of, but I still work with people, but I get to do it at like home where, but I shouldn't say that. I go to shows all the time, and I'm, but I don't know if I yeah, I don't know if I've done it. Like in grad school, I've worked in like clinical research and been around people all day, every day. But yeah, I still help people just in a different way.
And I think that definitely the theme that runs between the two of you is that you're both really invested in helping build other people up. And in both of the things that you guys do in your everyday lives, I mean, working in a hospital, working with people online, the reality is that you're both actually doing the same thing, just in different ways. And, there's certainly a lot of synergy
Yeah.
between your daily actions and your values for sure. Optimize your male and female hormones with Be Spunky and Be Genki supplements, choosing from Reboot for men, Balance for women, and Recover for performance, all containing natural and organic TGA-listed Australian-made ingredients. These nutraceuticals are designed to offer stress relief, improved strength and stamina, enhanced drive and overall well-being, and I swear by them, so does my husband. Their active formulas are a unique blend of natural and organic herbs and active ingredients, and the highest performance leaders and trainers are already taking it. Why waste more time? Visit bespunky, bespunki.com.au and begenki, begenki.com.au. Use code LOZLIFE and save 10% at both sites. Now, it might be a difficult question to answer, but between the two of you, what would be your top 3 tips for daily purposeful productivity? So, doing things in your daily life that are meaningful. What tips do you have for our audience?
I'm a big like planner, writing things down, having like a schedule, having a to-do list. Yeah, I mean, I don't, if I didn't have like a calendar and a to-do list, and I mean, I have sticky notes all over here, like that helps keep me organized and keeps me on top of things. So I think that's one big thing I would say for me.
I do to-do lists. I'm not quite as regimented as Pete is on my days off, but just to have that schedule and have at least the top priorities of things that you want to do, and make sure you're doing those things first and putting the time and energy in where you want to put it.
Yeah. I was gonna say productivity. One thing I also do that helps me be a lot more productive is I work from home. So my office is where my work generally stays. Like I don't bring my computer out of my office. I also don't bring my phone into my office unless I have a call. So my phone sits out there. Like I sit on my computer if I'm typing emails or whatever to clients, writing client plans. I'm in here working, I try to have some separation. I mean, it's not always perfect. Obviously my phone's out there, an email goes off, whatever, but I try to leave like my work stuff in my office, as far as like my computers and my client plans and things.
I actually love that last tip. That last tip for me is something that I think I need to do, because I'm constantly with my phone.
The cell phone thing helped a ton. I don't. So like she'll text me stuff during the day and she'll be like, didn't you get my text? And I'll be like, no, like my phone's not in my office by me. Like it's out there. Like it makes noise, but like it could be me getting an email. It could be a text. It could be one of whatever alerts your phone gives you, I just leave it, and my phone doesn't come in unless I'm on a call with someone, or I have a call scheduled. Like I usually don't bring my phone in my office.
Thanks so much for sharing, guys. They're great tips. Now, I'd love to know, what's your favorite way to move your body to optimize your energy, mobility, and physical vitality? So that's quite a multifaceted question.
I mean, for me, just everyday movement. I prefer walking to running because it's easier on my knees. As far as lifts go, functionality, I mean, squat. If everybody in the world would work on their squat, we'd all be able to actually get up out of chairs when we're older adults. And I work with older adults, so I see a lot of people just, and there'd be fewer falls and fewer fractures and things like that. So I think that, just some of those functional lifts and keeping the strength up is important.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I mean, I think one thing I do with a lot of my clients, even the ones dieting for shows, is we set step counts, and Obviously in the purpose of contest prep, it's so that you keep moving when you feel super tired and sluggish. And so energy expenditure doesn't tank. But in the purpose of just like health and regular daily life, like it's good to be up and moving. Like, if you're only getting 1,000 or 2,000 steps a day, you probably don't feel great. Like you're probably pretty stiff. You probably don't feel very good. Whereas if you it doesn't mean you have to run a marathon or get 25,000 steps a day or something, but like a happy middle ground is probably good for most people.
And I think that's really important for people to realize that movement goals have to be achievable. And 10,000 steps isn't that much when you think about it.
Yeah. And, one thing I do a lot of times for clients too, because some of them, the goal is even less than that, because for someone who's getting comes back to me and says, yeah, I'm getting like 4,000 steps a day, telling me to get 10, that's like 2.5 times as many steps. Like that's probably not a realistic jump. And so, maybe we say, all right, well, get like 6 or get like 7, it's better than what you're doing. You're moving more than you were.
100%. Now, you guys are both natural athletes. Do you use any supplements or biohacking technology in your daily routine at all?
Yeah, I probably take more supplements than you do.
I take a multivitamin. I take vitamin added in now, and I take fish oil, and that's all that I take. I don't even really use protein powder to supplement, just eating real food. So
yeah, I
take more.
Yeah, so what do I take? Fish oil, vitamin D, pre-workout when I need it, protein shakes or bars, those supplements as needed, creatine monohydrate. Those are the biggest ones that I take. That's about it. I take like the basic bodybuilder ones that like actually have some evidence that they work, and I don't take a whole lot of the ones where it's kind of gray area or whatever. I don't know. I'm cheap, so I'm too many years in college not having money. I don't tend to spend a lot of extra money on stuff.
Well, and it's good you don't have expensive weed then as well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people take stuff, because of the hype. And I love that you guys are both doing, very basic stuff, which is tried and tested and proven to help with performance. Do you guys use any sort of biohacking technology like infrared light or saunas, anything like that?
No, not really. No.
Keeping it simple. I do love that.
Nothing.
So what's the one thing you're going to be focusing on this week, and what measures will you be putting in place to give it energy?
What am I focusing on this week? So this week, I don't know when this podcast is coming out, but this week, in the time we're recording it, I have 6 clients competing this weekend at IP World Championships in Kansas City. So it's one of the biggest natural pro contests in the US this year. So having 6 clients compete at a contest of that level, that's going to be a lot of my focus here, throughout the week.
I'm actually in the gym deloading, so I don't have nearly as much going on, and I don't work as much as with the clients. But I'm doing a powerlifting meet in about a month, so I'm starting to kind of formulate my peak for that. So
amazing work, guys. So let's talk about the next 12 months. What's going to be your most ambitious goal, either collectively or individually, and how are you going to make it a reality?
For me, I've got this meet coming up in a month. So right now I'm maintaining weight so that I can make my weight class. And then from there, I want to gain some weight and get to a more steady, maintainable place and just keep improving in the gym, keep putting up big numbers.
Yeah, I guess a few things. So, number one, I would say on the like the coaching side of things, kind of work side of things, just continuing to grow my client base, work with, more clients, have more clients step on stage with success. And, get to the point where, when people want to hire a natural bodybuilding prep coach, like I'm one of the names that's like mentioned right away. Like that's where that might be longer than a year. I've been coaching for years and I've gotten to this point, and it's going to really take years more to get to that point, but that would be, professional side of things. Personal side of things. Yeah, we just finished competing. So, this summer. So continuing to, build muscle and progress in the off season. And then, I mean, for us as a couple, I mean, we have a goal of paying off the house here within the next.
I want to take a vacation.
Yeah,
I want to go on a vacation that doesn't have to do with bodybuilding.
That too. We do that every year though. I mean, we do generally in January, in between like the New Year's rush and like the start of contest season in March, we get away for a week, usually to somewhere warmer. And so, we'll do that also.
Maybe Australia. What part are you in? Are you
that would be amazing.
Part or the warmer northern part? I'm sorry.
So I'm in the northern part. So I'm in a state called Queensland. We're on the eastern seaboard, so it's beautiful right now. It's just starting to warm up, and it's you guys.
I studied in. Yeah, I was in Melbourne for 6 months when I was in college. So. Well, Melbourne is warm there, though. It was July.
No, and Melbourne is one of those places where it could be 4 seasons in one day.
Yeah. And it kind of was. I think they got snow while I was there, and they're like, "This never happens." And it's like, well, it did.
Melbourne is very different to where I am. I'm sort of more up the tropical north end, not full tropical north, but getting up there. Brisbane is beautiful. So I've got one more question for you both. And for anyone in our audience who's interested in learning more, where can you suggest they start? If people want to connect with you, where can I direct them? On your social media, website?
Yeah. I would say you could, find me on Instagram. I'm at Fit Body Physique. I'm on Facebook as myself. If you want to learn more about, bodybuilding, contest prep, and my prep methods, you can check out my book, Bodybuilding, the Complete Contest Prep Handbook. So those would probably be the best places to find me. Oh, she's grabbing one.
Look at that. Well done. Thank you so much, guys. So that'll be in the show notes. And Peter and Amy, I just want to thank you for coming and having a chat with me on the Healthy Habit Hot Seat today. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I really appreciate, once again, the time you've taken out of your busy schedules to share the challenges, wins, and successes that you've had with the daily intricacies of your life. Happy to hang out. And next time you're in Australia, you know what to do.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, guys. Talk later. Thanks so much for joining us this week on the Healthy Habit Hot Seat. Make sure to visit lozlife.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, so you'll never miss an episode. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, I'd be stoked with a 5-star rating on iTunes. Better still, tell a friend and share the love. If you loved this episode, you might want to check out my book, The Healthy Habit Handbook, available in softcover, ebook, and audio form on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Balboa Press, and all good bookstores. Be sure to tune in for our next episode for your fortnightly dose of inspiration from some of the world's most successful and healthy lifestyle masters. Remember, stay inspired. I'm Loz Antonenko, and ciao for now.